So it's 5:30 Sunday morning, nearly week 3 of fucking wonky right leg syndrome. Got man walking like Mr. Soft.
Mr. Soft, won't you tell me why the world in which you're living is so strange?
So I beat myself up a lot.
God damn it!
It was weird yesterday because, you know, we were talking about trying to find your anchor, trying to find reasons to stay motivated, do you know what I mean? And keep yourself in the game, so to speak, keep yourself active in a way. But yesterday was really was a challenge, do you know what I mean? It really was a challenge. Like, so there was this subwoofer 8th birthday event, Subwoofer Records and stuff, and I was supposed to be hosting for it for about 6 hours and stuff. And for most of the day I was kind of like, you know, at least I did it, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going to do the morning vlog, but at least, you know, I ended up doing it. I wasn't going to go out and actually do this event. And it wasn't anything like massive or anything like that. It was just sort of a party in the park, you know, enjoying the sun and all that kind of stuff, you know. And for most of the day I was like, right, at least I'm here. I'm not able to do anything because I'm in a lot of pain, but at least I'm here, you know. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know. Like, it's still an achievement in some ways, but it was great to see friends that I hadn't seen for ages. You know, it was great to be a part of it, at least. But sometimes, regardless of how well things are going or how good a day has been, there's always a point in time where the negative starts to find a way to overweigh, you know, the positives and stuff. I kind of find myself getting quite depressed about the situation, going off on my own, questioning what it is that I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to say my lyrics after, you know, a couple of hours of taking painkillers and waiting for them to kick in, so I can feel at least a bit of pain relief before I can do something. And then I'm sort of missing out words or fucking up words because I keep getting a pain going down my shooting leg and stuff like. And then I start thinking about how long it's been since the last time I've done an event or anything like that. And then, you know, you start questioning yourself, questioning whether you really can do, you know, what you want to do anymore and this stuff. I started thinking about the last time I had a panic attack at the last event that I was at. That was what a really long time ago, like almost a year ago, you know, the last time I did anything, you know, performance wise, you know. And all those niggling things that end up, you know, getting into your head and starting to fuck up the way that you look at things, and, you know, take away any of the positives that were happening. You know, I got home and it was like, oh fuck's sake, and, you know, I was supposed to MC, I was supposed to host, and hardly did anything. You know, it was great, like, seeing people, but, you know, this, and, you know, I'm pointing out all the negatives myself rather than, you know, oh, I got to see Herb, man, I've not seen him for ages, and I got to see S, man, I got to chill out with, you know, friends and stuff like that. And I've managed to eventually turn my head around to just being like, look, okay, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to admit that you're broken in some ways, do you know what I mean? And, you know, you're not always going to be able to do what you love, you know, to the best of your ability all the time, like, but it's okay. It's okay. When something big happens in your life that's a big change and stuff, I think it's a lot of times it's easy to sort of think and wish you were back the way you were before, when you weren't so broken, so to speak. Especially after a while of trying to get your head round the fact that you're not the same as before. Something has changed, something is different, you know, and it's not something that is easily fixed. You know, you can be bogged down with the weight of that, you know, and that can spill over into, you know, being worried about societal pressures and stuff like working, being able to support yourself and this, that and the other. It can be easy to get bogged down with those types of things, but the main question that always comes after those types of things is, what are you going to do about it? So with that, we'll get into today's motivational, inspirational quote. And today's motivational quote is, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. I feel like that quote is appropriate for me today, this morning, after yesterday. It wasn't necessarily that yesterday was a really bad day. It took a bit of a bad turn, but it's kind of like that other quote, which I think goes, insanity is repeatedly doing the same thing and expecting different results. So with me, the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, coming up to 2 years, it's been a lot of, all right, this has gone wrong. Okay, this has fucked up a whole lot of shit, you know, and just feeling really down about it and getting really depressed about it and beating myself up about it. You know, a lot of the problems that are going on are not necessarily things that I have created. A lot of times in life, a lot of things that go wrong aren't things that we have created. But, you know, we can't approach the situation in the same way every time. You know, I've got to think of different ways that I can combat these not necessarily new problems, but, you know, I can't deal with them the same way that I have been dealing with them before. I've got to find a different way of being able to get around them or improve myself in some way better than I did last time. And I think that's going to be the mantra that I'm going to use to go into everything. You know, what can I do different? How can I approach this situation different to how I've approached it before? And hopefully by doing that, hopefully I can get some different but better results than I have before. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Take it easy and blessings to you all.